think every single test match that I've done, I remember something about it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's different.
It's 150
Yo,
test matches
congratulations, hey.
from these two guys.
And I'm just getting started.
Getting started, and going to 350.
Ruckers, your favorite show is back. We are back and this is episode 61. Yes, count with me. 6 plus 1. 61. I don't care about your math. Guys, I am so excited. In today's episode, we're going to dive deep into rugby's insight like never before on the show. This is going to be a phenomenal show. This is going to be an extraordinary show. I want to use all kinds of big English words that I don't have in my vocabulary now, but I will get there. Guys, I am the short one. I am the round one. I'm the one on the ground. I am Rudy Pearce, and next to me, I've got my bodybuilder friend. Who is this?
I say, hoya! Hoya, hoya.
Hey.
Yeah, here we go.
I like that one.
But what's happening? You good?
Partner, this is phenomenal.
Yes.
The Bokke are back-to-back. I almost said champions. They are back-to-back champions. We went back-to-back against the All Blacks.
Showtime. Nou weet hulle wat ons weet. Okay? Want hulle wil nie hoor nie.
As hulle nou nog nie weet, dan gaan hulle nooit weet.
Ag, hulle nooit weet, ja.
So, ons los ook maar so maar.
Yes, it is what it is. Incredible weekend, eh? And you were obviously there. You were at the front row seat. Did you miss me?
I was riding solo. I was not happy.
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay?
Not happy.
I'm sorry.
I moet nog steeds
I'm sorry.
apologize.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
How was it? How was the live atmosphere? How was the feeling at the DHL Stadium?
Partner, honestly, out of this world, I think that stadium is magnificent. Like your seating, the space around the stadium, the Cape Town people came out in their thousands. Springbok supporters came out in their thousands, and that for me was so amazing. I spoke to people from Worcester. I spoke to people from Springbok. But they were All Black supporters. So
Black passport. We spoke about this.
They live in Springbok. Listen to this one. They live in Springbok, but they're All Black supporters. Confused. Confused and confused. But
chameleon in the smarty boxie. They are chameleons in the smarty boxie.
Partner, honestly, I think the love for this team currently is phenomenal.
Incredible.
And I want our Ruckers and our South Africans to encourage us wherever the boys go. Just a hand clap or a thumbs
100%.
up, a high five. Make our Springbok boys know how much we love them and how much we appreciate them. Okay, it's our duty.
Yeah, we're looking good. Especially looking good on the log as well.
Yeah,
we're probably 10 points ahead. So I don't want to say it's easy. There's still a lot of rugby still left.
As Wheatbix in the oggend.
Yeah.
Eet. Yum, 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 yum,
Yeah, but it's incredible to see, man, the boys after 15 years, lifting the Freedom Cup, 30 years of documentaries.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 years of documentaries. But I mean, 30 years of democracy, it's just powerful. Siya Kolisi lifting the cup, 30 years of us as South Africans stand together. And I mean, the Rainbow Nation loves the Springboks.
Yeah.
Huh? It's incredible to see, especially on the DHL Stadium. We saw it at the Emirates Airline Park as well. Let's get behind the Springboks.
Yeah.
2 more games. We're going away, obviously, to Don't Cry For Me,
Argentina.
The truth is they'll never win us. And
nice.
Okay, nice, yes. But yeah, so 2 more games, and it's exciting to see.
Okay.
We'll cover that later in the episode.
And Ruckers, before my partner gives us the lineup and gives us a menu, what is on the thingy for today? This episode is absolutely incredible. Yes. Okay, guys, I want us to put on our seatbelts. I want us to make our coffees. I want us to get our juices because this is going to be tasty. Okay, this episode is going to be breathtaking. This episode will be one of the best that you've watched this year. So guys, let's settle back. But before, if there is still guys out there who have not subscribed, I want to encourage you guys again that subscribing is for free. The only thing subscribing does for us is allow us to grow our platform and grow our channel. So I want to encourage everyone that is watching today who have not subscribed, that thinks it costs you money. It's absolutely for free. And do the right thing and click below. Okay.
I don't want to smell roofkijkers.
Hulle is stout.
And guys, Behind the Ruck is supported by Super Sport Bet, the one and only. And then we gotta look good because old school makes us look good. Okay, we gotta just stay a little bit humble in it. Okay, but I'm ready to get this go on the line. Okay.
Before we get going, partner, I must say when you do that flexing, it still looks not too bad.
Not too bad, eh?
Well, een van die.
Yeah, it's about making time
Okay.
Okay, isn't it? We're having time. Okay.
I'm giving you a compliment, Ruckus. He always takes it too far.
You said big deal. But I'm very excited. Episode 61. There's a lot that's going on. Okay, is it lineup time?
Yes.
Must I line this thing up for them?
It's a fight.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Okay, it's important to change my voice.
Oh.
It's important to change my voice, Ruckus, because late in the show it will all make sense. Okay, this episode, the lineup. I want to say nice and simple, but it's an important lineup. Okay, first up, we got a guest in the house, the voice of rugby. Voice of rugby. Matthew Pearce. Matthew Pearce it is. Matthew Pearce in the building. And then also, guys, we got to check the Springboks versus the All Blacks. Couple of changes. The boys going a little bit to Argentina. Okay, and then a little bit of Curry Cup also happening because we got the official betting sponsor, Super Sport Bet, sponsoring the Carling Curry Cup.
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, change your voice. Because it's time to change your voice for the voice of rugby, eh? Are you excited for this one?
Partner, he celebrated the 150 test matches this past weekend. I know I can't imagine a Springbok test match without his voice. Like, honestly, that is how much he's part of a rugby in our country, how much we love him.
Yes.
And he just paints a pretty picture. He makes rugby enjoyable. He makes South Africans fall in love with rugby.
Yes.
Matt Pearce.
Big
Deal.
Okay, yeah, calm down. But yeah, I can't wait. Okay, I want to cover so much things. It's different. It's different. We it's always players. It's always different. But this one, it's a story and a half.
And for the Ruckers, let's get to know who is Matthew.
Yes.
You listen to his voice, but now you get to know who the person is behind the voice. And this is why this is the #1 rugby podcast.
Okay, Ruckers, so sit back and relax. It's showtime. Because up next, Matthew
Pearce.
Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the commentary box. The one, the only, the voice of rugby. Matthew Pearce in the house. Matty boy.
Hey.
Here we go. How's things, eh? You
I'm
good?
not behind the ruck.
Huh?
I'm in the ruck now.
You in front of the ruck.
I'm in it.
In it, yeah.
I'm in it.
Part of the chaos, man. Welcome to the chaos.
Yeah.
How's things? How's the body feeling? Obviously traveling around. You good?
The body's fantastic for a 54-year-old. I think.
Expose the age like that.
Eh?
Exposing the age like that.
So got my highlights in the hair.
Nice. I like how you came. You ready for us.
The
I can
silver
feel it.
highlights.
No highlights.
Got
But
my
Matt,
own highlights package.
I was just about to say, I want to start there, Ruckers. I want to make sure that we do the appropriate thing in the protocol. Matthew Pearce, 150
Yo,
test
congratulations, eh?
matches. From these two guys, massive congratulations. And first of all, did you celebrate it a little bit after the game? I want to know.
I did.
Well done.
Not going to lie.
That's good.
And why not?
It
It
should
was a
be
milestone.
celebrated.
Massive.
Had to be celebrated. So friends, family, we had a couple of beverages close to the stadium.
Okay, nice.
Left the car in the stadium.
Yes. Okay.
Very
Responsible.
Very responsible.
Seatbelt always.
Yeah, you
yes,
get the Uber.
Nice.
I did end up in a nightclub where my son was DJing.
Wow.
So I was in the DJ box there.
Matthew, at
still
this
brought the-
time, I want to tell my wife, you see, I can also go to clubs. But
At that age, yeah.
that's awesome.
I went there. Probably brought the average age of the people in the club up a few notches, but that was okay.
And you still had some of the moves left in the
You
body?
still got it, yeah. Teach me how to
No
duck it,
moves. No moves.
No moves?
No. Just observations.
Observation.
Okay.
Yeah, the big observation. Yeah, talk about the observation. Rugby Championship is up and running. It's been 4 games already. How was the Springbok rugby so far and the atmosphere, especially at Cape Town as well?
Look, the atmosphere, both test matches, absolutely incredible. And we saw this, right, at the start of the season when the tickets went on sale for the 2 games against Ireland, the 2 games against New Zealand, the 4 biggest test matches of the year. Let's be honest. All 4 of them taking place in South Africa and all 4 of them selling out within an hour and a half. So the atmosphere was always likely to be good, but I think in a way we over-delivered. I thought Cape Town DHL Stadium was incredible on Saturday. And, I put a little post on social media, and I do not claim to be an influencer.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't.
Nice.
I don't claim to be an
Yes,
influencer
okay. I like it.
of the magnitude of you two.
I know.
Okay.
We are content creators. Huh?
But I did say something, and I asked for people's thoughts on it. I said, I have this, and I put brackets there, perhaps delusional wish that we could just be a little bit more quiet during the haka. I said it'll be spine chilling, and who knows, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for the All Blacks who are used to people going ole ole and whatever. I got some interesting responses. A few saying, no, we must do what we want to do in the crowd. They can't just have their own way. That wasn't my point. My point was, I actually think it would be quite eerie if we just stayed quiet. And I think for large parts of the haka, it was quiet, and it was great. I thought it was amazing. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it was fantastic.
No, it was nice to hear. And it was quite strange, Mary. We had Brad Weber on the show last week.
Yeah.
And he had the other opinion.
He said,
he was of the opinion, it's your home. Do what you want to do.
Really?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, but it was nice. I like the fact that it was a bit quieter. Obviously, at the end of the haka, the people got a bit, they got a bit excited.
You get a good feel of it,
No, it was good.
Hopefully they find a DJ that pressed Sister Bettina.
He was way too excited at the first part. But Manny, from your point of view, I don't know if I can ask this question. But I want to. I've got you here. I have to ask this question. But is this the best Springbok generation? After especially the past 2 weekends?
And you've seen it all.
Yeah, you've had the best seat. You've been with most of them. Is that a fair reflection? Because that is my opinion, just to state it clearly.
Make it as our opinion.
I truly believe it's our best generation. Would you agree, or is that too difficult to say?
No, I agree. I do agree. The only one for me in my time broadcasting on the Springboks that comes close would be 2009. And I think we agree on that. And if you go to the back end of 2008, record victory against England at Twickenham, 42 points to 6. That was on my first tour as a broadcaster with the Springboks.
Yes.
So we played Wales in Cardiff. I think the score was 20 points to 15, if I remember correctly. Then we had a bit of a tight game at Murrayfield against Scotland, and Jacques Fourie scored a try quite late in the game, off between 70th and 80th minute in the corner, which kind of sealed the victory eventually. But it was a tough game. And then the next week, 42 points to 6 against England, with guess who at fly half?
For English?
No.
For us?
Yes. 42-6 at Twickenham. 2008, who wore the number 10 jersey?
2008.
Yeah.
Come in, Morris.
Come on.
Wait, give it a chance.
Give us a chance. It's either Piney, because Piney started 2009 against the British and Irish Lions.
You got it. I'm not going to waste your time.
Piney.
That tour, he started at 10. And then the first test against the British and Irish Lions, he started at 10. And then Mornay, in fact, he started the first two, didn't he?
First two, and then he moved to fullback.
Mornay came off the bench to kick that winning penalty. But that year, which was British and Irish Lions series win, followed by 3 consecutive wins over the All Blacks, 2 in South Africa, and then the one in Hamilton, which was an incredible test match. But then, the end of 2009, they lost a couple of games on the end of year tour. I mean, you can't blame them, I suppose. But this generation,
that's something special.
For so many other reasons as well.
Yeah.
Which we can go into. I said to you on Saturday, you said, pick one game. Thanks a lot.
Yes, I apologize.
But I did. No, I said to him, he said, 1 out of 150, which is the best. And I said, it's actually unfair. It's unfair. Yeah. But if you really push me, and he did, he pushed me. Okay,
he likes
he's like that. Yeah, he's pushy.
100%. Yeah,
as a pushy. To say moeilijk.
Moeilijk. If you had to ask me for one, it would have to be 2019 Rugby World Cup final, because of the significance of it, where we'd come from number 6-7 in the world, from 57-0 in North Harbour, and the building back into success, and the appointment of Sia as captain, and the 2 tries. The only 2 tries scored by a South African team in a Rugby World Cup final, scored by Mapimps and Cheslin.
Special.
The ingredients, man.
Manny, how do you remember everything? This is often, I always when I'm in a conversation with you, and you remember 2008 like it was yesterday. Like how
Who
do you
played
do it?
what time, how many minutes, all this stuff.
Yes, Jacques Fourier, and he remembers all the names and who played
I
where.
remember interviewing you
Huh?
at
This
the
one,
Lensbury.
in English.
Yeah, in English.
English shoulder.
No.
On you, sir.
Listen, I'm going to stick him away a bit now, okay? I interviewed him at the Rugby World Cup in 2015, and he sat there in his number ones, in his Springbok blazer now, which he'd just been
Yeah.
Handed
given.
to.
Well,
Yeah.
you'd been given the opportunity, you carried it over your forearm, right?
Yeah.
Now you play. And I interviewed you in the garden at the Lensbury Hotel in Teddington in England. It was one of the better ones, Pagey. I don't know, he was very emotional. And he made me emotional.
He's
Because of what it meant
Yeah.
to be having that blazer. He was so proud, man.
Yeah, I
And
think I cried that night when Heineke phoned me.
I think you slept in the blazer, you told me.
I had everything out. I couldn't get out of my tracksuit that first game. I'll never forget
Yeah,
it.
yes, it's special. The first one is always special.
When Uncle Ian told me it's your time, we're going to put you on, I could not get the tracksuit off my partner. My hands were shaking, everything was moving, everything was going at the same time. But yeah, that is fantastic memories, Matt.
But why do we have the recall? Because the moments are special. All of them. I think every single test match that I've done, I remember something about it.
Yeah.
You know, because they are special occasions and you don't take them for granted.
And interviewing the players as well, like you said, the Rudy and his special moment.
Yeah.
Is there other players as well that you like, wow, this interview, this moment is special for me too?
I'll tell you what was right up there with that interview, which was highly emotional, was Jean de Villiers. After he broke
Oh yeah, the injury. And
broke his jaw.
Oh.
No. In that Rugby World Cup, he broke his jaw in the game against Samoa. Where was that played, Pagey?
It's Birmingham.
Villa Park.
Yes.
Yeah,
Birmingham.
amazing stadium.
You're getting tested, yeah?
And JDV broke his jaw. He was the captain. X-ray shows broken jaw. Got to go and have it wired up. His World Cup is over. His career is over. And we got up to the next place at that World Cup was
Newcastle.
He's good, eh? Sharp. Anyway, so we get up to Newcastle and we're going to play against Scotland at St. James's Park. And Juan, I think, had his scans there, and the bad news came back. He's done. His World Cup is over. Career is over. He's retiring. And I got a call from De Jong, who was the media manager.
Oh, okay.
De Jong Bochart.
Nervous there for a second.
Nee, man.
Yes, he belt me there.
The guy with the first name De Jong.
Okay, I got you.
So De Jong said, listen, Jean is leaving the hotel in 2 hours to fly back to South Africa. If you want to chat to him, come now. And we got there and we set up 2 cameras. I didn't have a note. And I spoke to Jean de Villiers for an hour, uninterrupted, cameras rolling. And it was just such a raw, emotional, authentic interview because we all know Jean. He's got good chat, Jean. He's good with a one-liner. But in that hour, yeah, we had the odd laugh and chuckle, but actually it was just really quite serious, but very, very special. You know, that one sticks out for me.
And I want to actually, I told my partner, Mary, this earlier when we, for us is special, having you on our show. And
Yeah.
I told him earlier, I was
You're
like,
asking for-
150 test matches, 2 World Cup finals you've done. The
Yeah.
voice of rugby. Like people to understand ruckers, this is a big deal
It's a
for
big
us.
deal,
Okay,
yeah.
you
A
guys
big
watching,
moment.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, it's a big deal having met Pearce. And I told him, I am so excited to listen. I want to hear your story. Growing up, southern suburbs, what eventually got you to 150? Is there anything from your, like growing up in Cape Town, did you always think this will be the end product?
No.
How did it get
No,
to the
not
end
at
product?
all. I'll try and condense the story a little bit for you because it's quite a strange, long story.
Long journey. You got a massive
You
journey.
look like you were a naughty young man. I just want to put it out there. Nothing. Okay. Apologies.
No.
Apologies.
Listen, my mother was a school teacher and an amazing school teacher. I still get boys who went through her care come to me years later, parents say, your mother was the most amazing teacher. But she could be strict at home like she was at school with me and my brother. So, we had to stay on the right side of the line. And I think having your mom as a teacher at the school where you're at, it also makes it quite difficult. Huh? You've got
I've got that.
You've got
the same. Yep.
Okay.
Stay in the line. Eh?
So that's me. So when I was 8 years old, I went to a church fete, a bazaar. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Fate.
A bazaar.
Bazaar.
Yeah.
You spot on.
Okay. And I was rummaging through, this is 1978, and I'm going through some of the odds and ends that are for sale, and I found this LP. Do you guys know what is an LP? A vinyl. The vinyl classics, the long playing record that you put. Yeah.
You don't know. I can see you confused. Matty doesn't know. I can see he's confused.
The vinyl. Okay.
Yeah.
So I bought an LP, which is 20 minutes on each side. Okay, so 40 minutes. And it was the second half radio commentary of the 1974 Springboks versus Lions test in Johannesburg. Fourth test in the series of 4, 1974. That series that the British Lions won, okay? But the Springboks actually won the last test because the Lions had done it.
Party.
So I listened just to the second half of this commentary, sitting in my dad's armchair with earphones, not nearly this fancy on, just listening to that commentary over and over again. And I go out into the garden with my friends and kick a rugby ball around and commentate on our little game using the names of those players. And my dad said, I would do this 4 times a weekend.
Yes.
It's quite weird. Sometimes I go out in the garden with no friends and still do it, which is really weird. Okay,
that's fine.
So you could say that weirdly that's where it started. And then when I was at university and I was playing a lot of sport and I had a lot of sporty friends, there was this guy, and I can actually got an even weirder link to it. You see, this is a long story.
I like it though.
So Ross Vincent, who now plays number 8 for Italy in the Six Nations, and he's playing at Exeter Chiefs. Okay. Ross Vincent. His dad was at school with me and at university with me. And his dad was doing some freelance reports for the Cape Times newspaper, the Argus, on club rugby and club cricket. And at the changeover of the season, between where it was summer going into winter, so there was some pre-season rugby and the last cricket games of the season were happening, they were running out of freelance reporters. And the sports editor of the Cape Times said to Craig Vincent, Ross's dad, he said, listen, do you know anybody else who might be interested in doing some of these reports for us? And for some reason, and I have to be eternally grateful to him, he said, Matthew Pearce, I think he'd be interested. And to cut a long story short, I started freelancing as a journalist on the weekends while I was at UCT, and I got paid 25 Rand for a report.
That's a liter of petrol right now.
So 4 paragraphs, who scored the tries, whatever. If it was cricket, who scored the runs. So I asked you about an LP. Do you guys know what a ticky box is? A call box where you put money and you make a call.
Oh, yes.
The Telkom ones, I remember.
So you had to go to the ticky box, phone the newspaper and dictate your 3-4 paragraphs, which you wrote out longhand.
Yes.
To a typist who was sitting on the other side of the phone. And then your report went in the paper the next morning. And that's what I did. And then I must tell you, I was a good golfer.
Huh?
In my early 20s, I was good. I played in a lot of the local tournaments and I played Premier League golf. Ooh. I was okay. I could
was
play.
It good? 1, 2, 3 handicap?
Scratch.
What's it?
Okay.
Yeah, for a few years. So anyway, now I'm playing in the golf tournaments. Now the golf writer from the Cape Times, follow my story.
Yes, I got them all years.
Ticky box, now we golf.
The Cape Times had a golf writer.
Yeah.
That's a big enough news in itself.
Yeah.
That they had a sports writer for every sport, and not so today. But the golf writer resigned. And so the editor says to me, listen here, I like your writing style and you're playing in all these golf tournaments and playing in the league, so why don't you become our golf writer as a freelancer? So I said, sure, yeah, but more money.
Yes.
Yes.
50 rand now.
50 rand. Yeah. So then in 1991, okay, which is the year I turned 21, there was a tournament at Mowbray Golf Club called the Bell's Cup, the Whiskey Moss, Bell's Whiskey. And that tournament was won by a guy called Vijay Singh.
No ways.
Yes, Vijay Singh. So anyway, they sent me to cover this tournament. I'm still a student, and I'm sitting at Mowbray Golf Club. No cell phones, 1991.
Yeah,
Cell phones is only 95, 96, first cell phone. So I'm sitting there in the press room, and the phone rings in the press room, the general phone, and they say, we want to speak to the Cape Times golf writer. So they,
The one and only.
Yeah,
Mr. Pearce.
they
Here
called
we
me.
go.
It was a guy from Radio 702. He says, listen, we always use the Cape Times correspondent to do our radio reports. Can you do a 60-second report for us every hour throughout the course of Saturday afternoon? I said, of course.
Not? It could be 75 rand.
Few more bucks.
Lovely.
Yeah. True story. And so I was doing my reports, and somebody from the SABC was driving in their car in Johannesburg listening to my reports on 702. They got in touch. They said, would you like to do some freelance work for us? We like your voice. You did a good job. So I started doing some freelance work, and then, so that was mainly just reporting. And then we're getting there, getting to the crux of the story. The week before my 22nd birthday, I got a call from the SABC, the head of sport, to say next weekend there's a Lion Cup
Yes.
quarterfinal at Newlands.
Newlands.
Natal against Western Province, 1992. And our regular commentator has got a family wedding. Could you do 80 minutes of live commentary?
Why not?
Of course.
I hear no
More,
nose
but-
in the story.
This is more.
Yeah, but this is honestly the story. So on my 22nd birthday in 1992, I did my first 80 minutes of commentary on a
radio,
rugby game,
yeah.
on the radio. And then they started using me more, and I went through to 95 Rugby World Cup. I worked for SABC and the BBC all the way up to the quarterfinals. I did the quarterfinal at Newlands. And then I got to watch the semi-final. And then I actually went on the Trans-Karoo train because I had accreditation now, but I wasn't working on the final. But when we made the final, I said, oh God, this is a lifetime opportunity. I must go. And there were no flights. Every seat was booked to Johannesburg. So I got on the Trans-Karoo train, and I went overnight on the train to Johannesburg to watch the final. And then, guys, my career went on. I stayed in the media. I was at Sports Illustrated magazine for 5-6 years, which
It's
was
a nice job to have.
which was fun. Yeah, I was the editor there. And while I was doing the magazine, I just carried on freelancing on the radio because I just loved it. I loved the work. I enjoyed it. I felt like I had a bit of a knack for it. And then I thought, TV, why not? Why not give it a try? And back in those days, SuperSport had said, our standard is that you have to have played at a decent level, which I didn't. I loved my club rugby.
Yeah.
Loved my schoolboy rugby, but I never made it to a provincial level or anything. And I said, no, but I want to be the anchor commentator. I want to get the best out of the experts.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
And
It's a tough job, guys.
And for honesty, guys, so I've been through LP with you. My dad made cassette tapes. You know what those are?
Yes,
Before-
that one.
Put the pencil in
that's
and
when
you-
that's when we started.
Cassettes with a pencil.
You have to
Yeah.
record, press
pencil in
post.
and-
You have to press post in.
Yeah, exactly.
And it records.
So my dad had cassette tapes of my radio commentaries, and I'd send them in to SuperSport and say, please, can I have a chance?
Yeah.
7 years, no go. But then I think eventually they got tired of me.
Yeah.
And Imtiaz Patel, who was then the CEO of SuperSport, he arranged my first game on SuperSport, and that was Natal Wildebeeste against Border Bulldogs.
Was that
Where was
Vodacom
that?
Cup?
Vodacom
I was
Cup.
just about to say.
Vodacom Cup, Friday night in Durban. And he phoned me up. He told me I've got the game. Somebody will be in touch to make travel arrangements and whatever. And then he said to me, and I'll bleep it out, he said, don't
It up.
it up. And he put the phone down.
Nice.
That's great confidence. Hmm?
That's
And
lovely.
that was 2005. And then they were obviously happy with what I did.
Yeah.
Amazingly, Bismarck du Plessis played his first game in a Natal jersey
In that
Yes,
game.
mix.
in that game. And many, many years later,
Sure.
I was asked by Heineke Meyer to give out the jerseys on a Friday before a test match in Dublin. We were on tour. And Bismarck came to get his jersey, and because I told my story to the team, and he said that was my first game
His debut.
in a
Yes,
Natal
unbelievable.
jersey. Yeah, cool story. So, yeah, just over a year later, did my first test for SuperSport. That was against France at Newlands, 2006.
Gio Epron scored that one. No, is it that test
We
match?
lost the game.
Is it?
I'm going to say 36-26. Something, or 46-36. It was 10 points.
Okay.
And we lost the game. And then later that year, I did my second test was the New Zealand one at Rustenburg. Do you remember that one?
Ooh, we won that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Andre Pretorius.
Toerist van die sand.
When he sang
Die
yeah.
sandjies. Toerist.
And so the journey began, guys. And a few more tests the following year. And then 2008, Hugh Bladen did the Tri-Nations tour where Ricky scored in Dunedin. I mean, flip. That was...
What memories? PW, we get you. Huh?
Yeah. And then that end of year tour, now I've told you about 42-6
Yes.
at cricket. That tour, that was my first tour with the box. And
Sure.
And in the
Incredible.
time, were you ever scared? Was it ever like
Nervous
like
and
nervous? Because going through this, by what I'm picking up, you were keen to take on every challenge.
I was fascinated by the opportunity because it's never something I trained to do. It's never something I thought about doing, but I found it was something that I had inside me. And I don't mean to sound, I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but I'm not sure it is something that you can necessarily train to do. I think it's something you can train to be better at.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that the raw ingredients have to be there. And I think if somebody puts a microphone in your hand on your 22nd birthday and
Yeah,
says,
that age. Yeah.
off you
I
go,
don't
80 minutes, go. I think you either sink or swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, partner.
Huh? What a journey.
It's
Incredible
cool.
journey, yeah.
It's
I'm
extremely cool.
And I'm just getting started.
You're getting started. You're going to 350, not 150,
That
350.
is one of my questions. I wanted to say,
Yeah.
how do you see your journey
Yeah.
evolving after this?
What's next? Yeah.
150 test matches. Oof. What's next?
Carry on. Because everyone's different. Isn't that one of the great things about the job? What episode is this? I heard
61.
61, right?
61,
Every
yes.
single one of them has been completely different.
Oof.
Because you've had different things to talk about. You've had different guests.
100%.
Different
And you would know
circumstances.
because you've watched all of it.
Different
You would know.
challenges.
So, well, exactly. So everything is different. You're not quite sure how it's going to turn out. When the clap goes and they say, right, we're underway, you don't know. And it's the same when the whistle goes for every single test match. Guys, it's one of the reasons I hate predictions. When somebody goes, so what do you think the score is going to be? Well, I don't know because it might be pouring with rain. There might be a red card in the 3rd minute. You just don't know.
don't know, yeah.
Because all of those things are out of your control.
100%, yeah. 150 tests, especially. What is the preparation like? When it was the first one, where you obviously was nervous, but did you grow into it, picking up your preparation? How do you prepare for big matches? What information you have to...
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I've just said everyone is different, but actually the preparation is remarkably the same.
Okay.
Not the facts and the figures. Those literally change every single week by definition. Eben Etzebeth this week has played one more test than he played last week. So
Partner, what is he now? Test matches go.
123, is it?
no,
120.
126.
126.
I wanted to say 125.
Okay, I get form.
He's 126,
126.
so he's got one to go to equal Vic,
Victor.
and then
Wow.
one more. So
Hopefully Nelspruit.
hopefully,
yes.
yeah, I see he was named in the
named
team
as-
to tour, so I don't see him starting that one. I don't know if you guys do,
No.
but maybe 20 minutes off the bench.
Yes, just stick it in there.
127.
Make Nelspruit special.
Say.
It's
Yeah.
important.
So in terms of the preparation, a lot of it is facts and figures, and I make these very colourful notes using different coloured pens, all of which have a different symbolism for me, because you guys have seen the commentary boxes. They're quite small.
Yep.
You don't have space for more than probably an A3. So I've got an A4 book, which on the right-hand side, I've got all my colourful notes,
Yeah.
and then on the left, I write down as the scoring happens, I write the name and penalty and what the score was and the time. So I've always got those records, but the information that I've got on the right-hand side, sometimes in a test, it's so dynamic and so fast and time flies that maybe I use 10, 15% of that information, but I've got to know that it's there.
If you need it.
It's my security blanket.
Everything.
Yes.
And especially in a test like last weekend, first 40 minutes, 3 penalties to 1, no real high points vocally,
nothing.
quite a lot of mistakes, very intense test rugby. I mean, it was absorbing, but there wasn't a great deal of opportunity to get up vocally, not massive high points in the game. So then at those moments, you draw on your research to have more conversations,
Colour the game in.
with a shimmy
Yeah.
and a Justin Marshall, and throw a line to Marshy about, something on the All Black side that I picked up. So it becomes more of a conversation during the game as opposed to about the game.
In the comment, you guys are obviously responsible for the energy when it comes to,
Yeah.
to the games. And like even in COVID time, that energy that you guys need to bring,
Yes.
because there was no crowd,
Oh,
there was
that must
nothing
have been
to
nuts.
work with. How was that actually?
That was
And-
weird. That Lions series
Yeah.
in DHL Stadium, it was strange. It's just so odd.
Feels dead.
3
lot
test
of pressure to-
matches with no one there except us. Our cameramen, our camera ladies, our sound technicians, and us. That was it. And PCR testing 48 hours before
Yes,
the game,
yes.
Oh, please
and
stay
it was
away,
weird.
COVID.
It lacked soul.
Can you imagine?
So then, you change that around with what we saw last Saturday, and you just see how joyous it is, and how people loved getting involved, and they didn't get that opportunity when the Lions were here. So yeah.
And partner, I can't help myself but to ask him this question. So as a player, you understand the importance of what you bring to the entertainment
Yes.
part of the rugby. You on a different spectrum, Matt. You color the full picture in. So there's the picture, the players is part of the picture, but then there's still missing part that needs color. How important do you find that you play a role within this coloring? Is that making sense what I'm saying here,
The
guys?
volume.
Like you play such a critical role in maybe someone watching the game for the first time, and that person instantaneously. Oh, that's a big English word. Instantaneously. Wow. I'm gonna put that. Wow. Oh, well done,
Spell
Paige.
it. Spell it. Okay. You
Is
carry on.
someone falling instantaneously in love with the game of rugby? How serious do you take your role in that?
I think it's a massive responsibility, isn't it? Because you want to have the person in the kitchen who's gone to get something from the fridge or whatever, or make a cup of tea, whatever it may be, and your voice delivers something, and they go, "What happened?"
Let's go back.
Oh, need to get back there. What happened? And yeah, so it's not only about coloring in with facts and statistics, it's also about creating atmosphere at times. And one of the things I love about Rugby World Cups is we're only there for Supersport. So we can have that little bit more of an edge. I'm well aware that last Saturday in Cape Town, we're the world feed commentary. So if there's somebody watching in London who's a New Zealand expat, we owe them that balance.
Yes.
Okay.
But when we're at the World Cup, we can just go a little bit more patriotic. And I love that. And I think that reflects in the way we called the 2019 final. I mean, Shimmy and I were emotional in a big way as that game drew to a close. And then 3 consecutive 1-point victories in France in those 3 playoff games. Crazy stuff. But in that instance, everybody at home is stressed.
Yeah, that was
they're going nuts.
terrible Sunday evenings.
You've got to retain your sense of calm in that moment.
Yeah.
But then, when the final whistle went in that game,
Special, yeah.
wow.
But especially the 2019 World Cup, that one-liners as well. Do you prep those one-liners? Because you also, if I can remember specifically, you had that one line, especially in the 2019 Rugby World Cup final, where you said about finally there's gold at the end of the rainbow nation or something like that. Is that something that just came out of, or did you prep it?
No, that one actually came out. But of course you think about them, but you also don't want to write scripts too often, because you can tempt fate with a script. You can say, if I'm going to say this, if this happens.
Yeah.
Then if it doesn't happen, it's problematic. I remember before the 2019 final, I've actually got the picture on my phone still. There was a line, there were a few lines after the final whistle that came out. And I had written some bullet points down about the team. And I've been with them for 9.5 weeks. So you jot these things down, and then they just flowed into this sequence. And the sequence started with a team of men ranging from well over 2 meters tall to under 1.7. Okay, Hirsch.
Yes, a couple of the boys.
We shouldn't
the
name,
nines.
We shouldn't name the short
Just
guys.
say nines. Don't say nines.
Yeah,
The nines.
Name the short guys. It's very personal sometimes.
And a team of men of those heights, and from 130 kilograms to 75. A team of many different mother tongues and backgrounds, but a team that celebrates its difference and its diversity, and which has used it as a powerful force for success. So, it was close to that. But do you know where that started? It started from a photograph on my phone, because the last press conference before the World Cup final, 2 of the players that were sent to do media were Loet Diaga and Herschel Jantjies.
Oh, my colleague was.
David Goulet.
And I said to the guys, after we'd done our one-on-one interviews, I said, won't you just have a photo? And I took this photo on my phone, this giant of a man, and this
Mini-me.
mini-me,
I'm going to eat you next to me.
And that's where that whole thought process started, that one photograph, a team of men ranging from well over 2 meters tall to under 1.7, from 130 kilograms to 75, because those were the 2 men that defined that range, and it sparked a whole lot of thoughts in my head. So,
Yes, it's powerful.
That's
Huh? That's why did he write books? Eh? That's
Yep.
why.
Yep.
He wrote a couple of books, was it?
yeah, you can say I've written the books. I did a book, funny enough, during lockdown.
Time.
Because we had time, right? But it's a coffee table book, so it's very visual, some amazing photography, action photography. And I did 7 reports on the 7 games that we played, with the team lists and the scorers and the referee and the venue. So it was a document of record. But more especially, it was each player got a spread in the book with some photographs, or a stunning photograph of them, and then their World Cup journey, which I wrote because I spoke to them, but it needed to be personal. So it's written in the first person. It's I and me, but for each person in the team. And it went really, really well. And so I'll have to get you a copy of the next one. The 2019 one, I'm happy to say, sold out. I took enormous risk. in doing it. I had to put down a large deposit
Absolute go-getter.
for the
You are
paper.
The yes man.
Don't
He's
get
the yes man. Is he?
and then it went so well, it sold out. We did a limited edition. And little story about the limited edition. There's a where's the logo on the sleeve? It's not on this one.
This
eh?
one, yeah.
This one. Can we see this? Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the logo on the sleeve when we played in 2023. But we were allowed to use that logo on the 2019 book because I paid a license to World Rugby to be able to use Rugby World Cup and logos. It had to be a properly licensed product. So we put this on the spine of the book, that logo. And then I was sitting with my publisher and I added up those numbers and I got 6,021. Okay. So I said, let's make that the limited edition. So each book on the spine has that logo and it says one of 6,021 copies. Because we didn't know how many we were going to sell.
Yeah.
And the cheapest we might have sold 200.
Yeah.
But fortunately, people loved it and we sold it out. So now the book on 2023, we've added 2023 books. So it's 8,044.
Shivet.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's just come back from the printer. I should have brought one here today. eh?
Please, two.
2? Really? Greedy, eh?
No, it's 2
That's
hours.
greedy.
If you give it to him first, we're gonna wait forever till I
But
get
yeah,
it.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful. It's very visual. The photography is amazing. My favorite photograph in the book actually is one of Erge Snyman on the way to the try line to score that only try of the semi-final. And you can count in the photograph, there are 12 England players in the photograph and 1 Springbok. And he scored. Amazing.
Incredible, eh?
Insane.
We'll wait for that book, man.
I hope you can read
We'll
it.
wait for that book, yeah. Maybe before we say goodbye, okay? We want to do something. We want to play a game with
We're
him.
just getting
okay?
started, aren't
Huh?
we?
We're just getting started. He likes to talk.
Yes, I'm like, you know what? You guys know a puppy. When a puppy waits for its food, Matty's talking and I'm, that's
yes,
so
give it,
cool. Give more, talk more. So yeah, I would love more.
Yeah.
Yes,
And listen, I've never come across a scrum half that doesn't want to talk more. So should we talk some more?
Yeah, okay.
Some more.
But that's why I want to test him actually, okay?
Yeah.
We don't give this back to anyone. We have 61
Yeah.
episodes, we gave it to one, okay?
What's
it's
that?
time to roast the host. We want to roast the host a little bit. It's your opportunity. You've seen us at the fan frenzy at Supersport running around.
Yes.
Okay?
Commentated on all our games.
yeah, all our games. So
He's
he knows the live stuff, yeah.
It was before us, we played, we retired, he's still there.
Yes.
I was there when you lifted the curry cup, ne?
Special memories.
Captain.
Oh, captain, my captain.
I like it.
Mary, it's your time to roast the host, okay?
But before you, are you a Province or a Bull supporter?
You was born where?
Neither,
Where?
okay.
No. Completely
Neither.
neutral.
Okay, good.
Neutral.
Which means Ruckers, global. Go
No
on.
predictions, no teams, no nothing. But it's
love
yes, I want to do it. Yes. Mary, okay, we're going to start it off nice and simple. Okay, I'm going to
Yes.
start nice and simple.
What do I have to do?
You just decide
Which one?
I'll
most
show this
likely?
to the
who
camera.
links,
Yeah,
who
most likely.
links to what. To it. Most likely to get into trouble with the ref. Remember, this is
Oh, no,
this
don't
is
point.
a ref.
Don't
okay?
make his decision for
He's a
Easy.
you.
9.
No,
I'm a
don't
captain.
make his
Yeah, there we go. Okay. He's those
playing
9s.
dirty. You playing dirty, meneer, okay? This is another lekker one. Most likely to slot a drop goal in the dying seconds of a Springbok New Zealand game. So there's a
Not box kicks.
he knows it.
No, not box kicks, drop goal.
He knows it, the
Is
drop
that the
goal.
one?
You've
Are you
never
sure?
kicked a drop
Are you
kick in your life.
Hey,
he
go
hasn't
back to the
kicked-
footage.
Not
eh?
even
He
not
hasn't
even
kicked-
at 22.
Get the point.
He hasn't kicked at all.
This one is actually easy. Who's most likely to be late for a meeting? A big meeting for the Springboks. Who's that guy? There's no
You.
respect for time. Don't be rude now. Keep it to me.
I've got some lived experience of this from Joburg.
yes.
You know, I'm gonna
Because you were
go.
the driver.
I'm gonna go
Huh?
like this.
Both. No, both.
Yeah.
It was someone's reason. He was the reason why we were.
It was Simi.
It was Shimmy?
Shimmy.
It was
was
Shimmy.
Shimmy.
Okay, we're not naming shame, but it was Shimmy.
It was him also.
Okay.
Because he's telling on social media that you walk too fast. That was just saying, eh?
Is that what he said?
He said, you're walking too fast, he can't keep up with you.
He's been gathering footage of me all over the world.
Is it?
Maddie, where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going? I'll walk ahead. I can't
He
walk
walks
slower
like
than
that.
that.
He walks like
So
that.
are we still on this question now?
Yeah.
Who's going to...
Be late for a meeting. Just, it's fine if he's got an afro and you want to say
you
it
want
to
to
him.
go both? There we go.
gosh.
There we go.
Okay.
I agree to
The
disagree
next
to
one,
agree.
I know it's going to be someone else. Most likely to be a streaker at a rugby game. Who is most likely to take off his clothes? Yep. Tight t-shirts, tight jeans. He will take it off quickly.
A couple of years ago, things have changed life after rugby. And most likely to become the minister of sport. Who will be Mr. Mackenzie? Who will be Mr. Mackenzie?
I actually met the minister.
Yes, we both. Yeah.
I met him on Sunday.
At Emirates Airline Park.
No, I met him at the launch of the Cheslin Colby Foundation
Yes.
on Sunday.
You big name. Okay.
It was great. And he spoke well, the minister. I enjoyed him.
But who will be Mr. Mackenzie?
I'm sorry, Paige, I'm going.
Wat die probleme?
Yeah. I don't think you can a 9 actually be a sports minister?
Yes. Huh?
Yes.
You know,
Drive,
the
cause
thing is,
trouble.
Drive
at
everything.
13, you got to be vocal. You got to run the defense. It's more
Control.
It's more ministerial for me.
Yes.
That's
I
smart.
feel you.
I feel you. That is actually very clever summing up that one. The last one is going to be
last one.
completely south.
South.
Go with
and
us
north.
quickly on this one. It's going to be south. Most likely to fart in bed. Who is most likely to fart
Who's
in
the
bed?
coffee drinker that will fart in bed?
Love it.
Yeah. I agree.
Ons praat hier in bed. Mary,
Oh,
thank you so much.
Yeah, yes, so, huh?
I wish we had 3 hours to
We do
discuss.
it again, eh?
100%.
I
Okay.
mean, if you got 61 episodes, you're going to 610.
Oh, I take that.
10 times.
Yes.
So we do it 10x.
Yes,
you
or
know,
the
we-
6,000 something. We can
there-
go to that episode. Okay.
yeah, we go. We go again. We got lots to talk about.
Yeah.
You know.
No, 100%. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mary, for
Yeah.
making the time. I know you're busy, especially when it comes to Cape Town, because you have got to travel everywhere. That's important, travel anywhere. Thank you for making the time. We really appreciate it. And all the best. We'll get to, is it 200, 300 tests? We'll
Let's
get
see
to.
where.
Yeah, and once again, I think from our side, a massive congratulations on the achievement.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I think there's kids that only knows your voice. And rugby would sound strange without your voice. So the voice of rugby being on Behind the
Yes,
Ruck,
man.
I've got a thing that I say, Mary, we a big deal.
Hey, seatbelt.
Okay, we
man.
have a big
Seatbelt,
deal.
seatbelt,
We get you
behave.
the best in the house. Okay, now I'll put my
Put
seatbelt
your
on.
seatbelt.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so
And
much. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
enjoy the week off. Do you have a week off?
Not really. Got to actually catch up with work at my other job.
Yeah. No, that's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show my face at the office.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Guys, that is Matthew Pearce. Let's go. BTR history. BTR history. Wow, what a story. And it's a story I kind of wondered for a very long time. You just hear this voice. And at the end of the day, now you kind of see the voice with his story in the studio. In the studio.
But I love the fact that it took on every challenge as a young man and just wanted
Yes,
to.
man, when he was young.
Yes, man.
Just do it.
I'm honestly applying that in my current life,
You're
Ruckus.
too old now. It was a 20
Oh, you
years.
see, he
Not
does,
a 30
he does
club.
it to me
It's a
again.
20
He
club.
does it to me again, okay? If you phone me for something, yes. I must come talk, yes.
Okay.
You want Behind the Ruck there, yes.
Get a family now. But yeah, what an incredible story. I mean, and just his knowledge of the game. The stuff you've seen, he remembers your interview, man. How special is that?
That is insane. I didn't think I'm up the list of importance, but yeah, good feeling. And something that stood out for me, partner, is how much pride it takes in his
Yes.
job. How much, honestly, how he applies himself in his preparation, how he remembers each and everything about everyone. He doesn't want to forget. He puts effort, he puts work, which for the two of us as youngsters starting in this world, good learnings and good
learning
lessons.
for us. Okay?
So-
Time to copy and paste.
So listen. Did you listen?
Listening is a skill. Okay?
Yeah,
It's like
listen.
passing and kicking.
Yes, listen
Okay.
to understand, not to reply.
Okay.
Okay, I've schooled him.
But yeah, incredible. But what a legend. 150, what a legend, what a legend. And we're going to hear a lot of him.
Yeah.
We're going to hear a lot of him, and we're excited for it.
I would love to work with him, Matt. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to throw it in the air. Maybe one day we'll be commentating
I think
together.
there's enough. You spoke about the small space in that commentary box.
Yeah?
There's enough space for the two of us.
Oh.
We'll just stand behind them and you're like, my turn. Incredible times, eh? But yeah, partner, let's get to the important stuff. Okay, I know it's been, let's call it a sabbatical week or a bye week, but it's some type of week that's nice and easy and calming down.
Yeah.
But there's a squad out that's going to Argentina. Couple of changes. They left a couple of boys behind, but senior players that actually needs the rest. You know, Peter Steph the two-way, Teston Colby, Bongi, and the boys needed a couple of rest. So it's good to see what the plan is for when it comes to Argentina for the following week.
No, look, let me quickly start with the past game. Let's discuss Springbok Rugby against the All Blacks. What a victory, partner.
Yeah.
Finding a way, our line-out didn't function. It's actually the first time that I actually see our line-out struggle in the way that it did, which is not normal because we have the two best hookers in the world for the last 6 to 8 years.
It's like a combination.
It's a combination. Those two are absolutely brilliant. Obviously, the one difference is now they've got Juan who's young in the Springbok. So maybe there was a bit of timing issues there, bit of calling. It takes time, these types of stuff. So, but these boys found a way. They are magnificent. They are truly a team that is loved by South Africans.
100%, yeah.
As we just discussed with Mehdi now.
And he said about the evolution, and he spoke about the 2008, was it? That core group and this core group, the difference of it and the importance of it, where South African rugby is at the moment. But it's fantastic to see. And that's the important words, find a way.
Find a way.
That's what winners do. Winners find a way. And I mean, we were at some stages, it was 9-3 at halftime. We find a way. I mean, it was 12-13 at some stages, and Mackenzie missed a, crucial moments with Willie on a yellow card, but we kind of find a way. Huh?
Willie and Jasper.
It's the 15s. I think it's 15s.
Is it?
15
Willie.
Okay.
Okay, boys.
Yeah, but I'm excited for what's coming. The squad is out that's going to represent us, especially when it comes to Argentina, because it's an important game. If we do get a W there, it's over Skadova. Okay, it's our thing. It's about time.
Cool, Derek, story.
It's over Skadova. And we kind of want that. It's been some time. Scary times. I don't know say how good we are, because then
no, let's say
the expectations is still building.
No, partner.
Because we are a squad that kind of wants to struggle and learn through when it comes to 2027 Rugby World Cup. We've never had this where we are chest out for 3 and 4 years.
But this team is the trend-setting team, Parry.
Can we last it for another 3 years?
I truly believe so. I truly believe they are in such... they have so much experience that they don't need to lose anymore to learn. They can learn through their winning. There's still learnings in the Spars game. There's going to be learnings in every game. Yeah. But they'll kept on winning. And the brilliance of Rashi, I believe, is not implementing. That's not the right English word. I was so good with math now.
Google it.
Always introducing younger... There we go.
There we go.
Introducing younger players with the core and the experience.
Is it enough young players? Because at the moment it feels to me it's only like Shasha Feinberg and Goma Zulu. We got Granty here and there. Kanan Moody. I mean, New Zealand's got a couple of boys that they're pushing through. Ratima's there. Satiti is there.
But are they learning in the right environment?
But don't you learn more if you're losing? That's
no.
It is a catch to me.
It is a yes and a no. I think you'll probably take a little bit more risk end of the year tour. That is my personal. I think Coach Rassi probably wants to win the Tri-Nations or Rugby Championship really badly to stop that All Black dominance and the stats and all of that. The same with the Freedom Cup. So we got that back in.
We got that now.
Yes. Okay.
We got Mandela Cup.
Was it Mandela so quickjes terug? So we get that, and I think then we can start introducing people against Scotland, against Wales, that last test match. Guys with a lot of the younger boys would have played 5-6 URC games before that end of the year tour. So maybe introducing players, that Wales game at the end might be the right time. But currently now, I want them to stay on ek like die kanse gee.
Yeah, you like the ball, then must roll.
Let's continue.
Take alles.
We need to be greedy, South Africans. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Ons wen. Ons is winners. We are winners.
Now we're looking good.
Strikers did it in Perth.
The swimming one, yeah.
Tatiana Smith did it in the pool. And the Bokke are doing it on the field. Yes. We are winners. Winners do what winners do. Win. There's a lot of winning in that same sentence. Okay. But you get it.
Yeah. But yeah, I must say, so important couple of weeks coming up for us just to make sure that we show Argentina thing with him.
One question for you, buddy.
Throw it in there.
If you would give me 2 players that you would love to give opportunity as youngsters, do you believe it's the right time to bleed now? And I'll also give 2.
I'm thinking at the moment we've got these 3 guys that we're kind of focusing on now, Granty, Shasha, and Kanan. There's a reason Kanan kind of started this weekend because of we need to get him caps under the belt. I mean, these are the 3 most important guys, but you still got guys like Grobbies that needs to get opportunity if something happens to Bongi and Malcolm. Jan Hendrik Wessels has been giving the opportunity. We need someone to step over when Peter stepped the toy. Ben, Jason Dixon to give them the opportunity. So those are kind of the 6 guys that Rassi's kind of grooming.
Okay.
Because he wants to copy and paste. He doesn't want a Peter Steph. When he leaves one day, he brings on a different flavor, a guy that wants to go steal. He still wants that physicality. He still wants that dominance in the wide channel. So I'm thinking what we're trying to grow, we've got our DNA. There's some picture down in DHL Stadium. RSA is a DNA, those type of things. So we got our DNA, that's physicality. And what worked for us in 2019 World Cup, 2023 Rugby World Cup, we just need to copy and paste. Okay, we lost Dwayne Vermeulen, but Elrich Low must copy and paste. We got Peter Steph still there that's getting a little bit older, but Ben, Jason Dixon must copy and paste, you know. So that the copy and paste factor to keep building the squad is very important for us at the moment.
I actually think we might need a 12. Looking at not now, Damien de Ellen is fantastic.
Yeah, he needs
maybe
a
young Ethan Hooker. Maybe getting a test match against Wales at the end of the year.
Does Andre Esterhuizen copy and paste a little bit when it comes to
But they're the same age group. So the same age, like they're going to retire in the same... I'm talking about a young guy. Just be part of the squad.
Yes.
Maybe Hartzenberg coming in, being part of the squad, learning a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, seatbelt. This guy is...
Meneer Hartzenberg.
Yeah, come on, boykie.
Oh, Suleiman.
Yes,
Suleiman,
come on. This guy's seatbelt is completely off today. Ruckus, I'm going to have a chat with him later.
I spoke to Matthew Pearce, his detail, man.
Okay.
Yes.
Suleiman Hartzenberg, maybe introducing him into the system, not to play immediately, but maybe just to learn and pick up stuff from Dukes and Jesse and Lucanio. And then for me, someone that also would love to maybe, not now, later in the year, at the end of the year, to Kemen Hankom. Brilliant in
we said
it's
his time, but he was just injured at that moment.
Brilliant in the URC. Maybe just getting not to play, but just being part of the Springbok mix, learning, being the next guy up after the Jasper Wissers and the Ulrich Loos. Just being in it. So that's the 2 guys for me probably.
I agree actually.
That I would like to see them.
Ethan Hooker has been awesome, especially in the rugby championship. Was it?
Yes.
Challenge Cup.
So
he's been awesome. He was also one of the standout players when it comes to the early stage of the URC as
well. And he's a young big boy.
Yeah.
We like our 12s being direct. I don't see us moving away from that.
So you spoke about copy and paste, and who's going to
like your copy and paste?
Copy and paste Doogsy. It must be size, physicality, powerful type of guys. But it's good to see when you look at the Carling Curry Cup as well. You see these players getting this opportunity. Let's speak about the Carling Cup.
There's been 2 guys, and this is not. They don't play for the teams that are in the semi-finals. I want to quickly mention them, partner. It's Where, the wing fullback for the Griffins, phenomenal. Where. Not where.
Okay.
Where. Okay. I played with his brother.
Bundles. The data
with
bundles.
His brother, Wendell Ware. But I honestly thought he was amazing. The Griffins obviously struggled through most, but this guy found a way to score 2 tries and then 1 try and then have a brilliant break, taking on players. So somewhere I hope a big team at the Griffins.
There's also Colby Arendse. Did you see?
Yes. I
the
saw that.
Power Rangers into one.
Yes. See, he's lost.
Okay, sorry.
So Way from the Griffins, I thought he was absolutely outstanding, and I hope one of the bigger franchises picking up and give him an opportunity because he's simply sublime. He's got ability with feet. He's got pace. He understands the game. So he was simply phenomenal in this past cup. And then Conor Mahoney. Conor Mahoney. Request. Also a Boland. Conor Mahoney, also a Boland kind. Okay, fantastic young player. So I don't know where the scouts, who sees them, but those 2 boys were really outstanding for me. Playing in teams that are not the so-called bigger unions, and I want to give you guys
a thumbs up.
Enetjie van die.
En op die voorkop.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean the talent coming from the other competitions. The first division was obviously fantastic. Boland taking it, but the SA Cups, the Curry Cup, don't underestimate the quality there. I know a lot of us is so focused on the rugby championship, but there's so much talent running around there. So it's important for us to keep supporting, like our official betting partner is supporting SuperSport Bet. Okay, we need to support as well when it comes to the Carling Curry Cup. And you spoke about semi-final. This weekend, semi-final time? Okay, let's talk about those couple of games. It's Lions versus the Cheetahs, and then after that we got Bulls versus the Sharks.
Who?
URC players coming back.
That's the thing, eh?
Yeah, so it's going to be, it's heating up because URC is around the corner.
So Ruckus, we might have a weekend where we got a really good four teams going up against each other. URC team players, maybe some Springboks being available that Rassie say you need to get him game time. Oh, this weekend the rugby's back.
Oh, it's back.
Julle dink die bokke is af, maar no.
Yes, we can bolster that Springbok squad even more if you want to.
I love it.
With all this talent.
It's like pillars, like building a pyramid. This is what we're doing in our country currently. We're building the Eiffel Tower. We're just putting in pillars everywhere, making sure that if Rassie closes his eyes, he's got 10 guys to select. Who do I need? Who do I want? What do I want? What do I need? What I got? What's
What I want, but I need, what I need.
So our rugby is in a brilliant place, but I feel the Bulle, they've been phenomenal. They have been simply outstanding. They have been the trendsetters. And oh my gosh, do we need a trophy up in Pretoria? Why not the Currie Cup?
Why not?
Let's go.
Why not?
I don't want to ask.
Let's crack on because you want to go to the hoops. Leave the hoops alone. So a lot to look out for. We said a sabbatical, a bye weekend. It might not be a bye and sabbatical weekend with this fantastic Currie Cup coming up. Yeah, so exciting times.
And tell them to go to the game.
Yeah, let's support them, boys. Let's support them, okay? Let's go to the stadiums, fill up the stadiums, support the boys because we need to support us South Africans. Yeah, and there's a couple of news as well. We're talking about the Bulls versus the Sharks.
Yes.
Huh?
Someone decided to come back home.
Is he had enough of French fries?
Enough.
Huh?
He had enough.
Future president.
Yeah.
Huh? Siyakulisi joining the Sharkies. Hollywood bets.
Hollywood boot.
Hollywood boot. The boot is in bed. Okay. Sharks. Oh, fantastic to see. Back home, I don't want to say where he belongs. For me, he belongs to the Stormers. Okay, sorry. But back home, having his family here, his culture, his comfort zone. It's about his comfort zone where he wants to be happy. I mean, he kind of enjoyed racing at some stages, met new players, met a couple of cultures, speak a bit of a commercial. But at the end of the day, if you just need that comfort zone to be happy. And he's playing fantastic rugby. It's important to see how he's going to go.
Actually think he's back-to-back World Cup winning captain. But I really think he's playing some of his best rugby currently. His ability to carry.
Agree.
And it's another piece in the puzzle for the Sharks team. And I'm happy you're back,
Sharks.
captain. I'm happy your family is happy.
Yes.
If you're happy, we're happy because you are our captain. Simtanda.
Happy wife, happy life. Happy fam, happy.
Yeah, and he's back with Eben, Pongi, Trevor. Is the yellow Springbok team is down in Durban.
Huh? Is he brothers?
Is Coach Rassie also living in Durban?
Is he Hendricks brothers?
Yes.
Is he Chuka brothers? Okay, then it's the
Eben and Elizabeth and Kolisi brothers.
Okay, we got the brothers in the house. But yeah, he's going to add fantastic depth actually when it comes to the loose forward. They got Pepsi, they got Chuka brothers over there. They got James Fenton has been doing fantastic.
They got Grant Williams, they got Jaden Hendricks. Okay, sorry.
Okay, loose forwards first before you get to the whole, South Africa.
I apologize.
But yeah, he's going to add fantastic work to it. The hype is up there, winning the Challenge Cup. They were chasing that URC Cup now.
Yes.
They say Stormers and Bulls. It's out.
No, not Bulls. The Stormers don't come to us. No, stay in your lane, sir. They're talking to the Stormers, not the Bulls. The Bulls were in the final. Yep.
Hey.
Yep, we lost.
Okay, we're not in the present at all.
Ruckers, you guys know Behind the Ruck is proudly supported by SuperSport Bet. They're by my partners. Go click on the thingy. Go open up the app on the App Store and make sure that you read through, see what you like, do what you want to do. All up to you. But they are our official, proud partner, SuperSport Bet. And we're dressed by Old School, our official apparel partner. And Ruckers, do your thing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your whole family, tell your colleagues, tell your the whole neighborhood. Put it on the WhatsApp group of the neighborhood, on the WhatsApp group of the state. Doesn't matter, but don't keep this your secret. We are a show for everyone.
Yes, 100%, yeah. Ruckus is important. Do your thing. Look into my blue eyes. Smash the subscribe button, man. I smell you. Don't be a roofkicker. I smell you. But yeah, incredible. They're going to do their job. We've done their job. Okay. And we can't wait for the weekend to come. And especially when it comes to the Springboks versus Argentina.
Exactly.
Incredible couple of weeks coming up.
Ruckers, we'll see you next week. I'm Rudy Pearce.
I'm Juan de Jong.
And the Ruck is clear.
Cheers, guys.
Next week. Cheers.